What makes a company worth buying? Most people think it's revenue. Or is it technology? Sometimes it's even market share. But after spending more than 30 years building Pittsburgh-based engineering firm IQ Inc., founder Barbara VanKirk believes the answer starts somewhere else entirely. It's people. You're listening to 10-Minute Tech Talks, and I'm your host, Jonathan Kirstein with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Tech Vibe Radio. And on today's episode, my co-host Audrey Russo from Tech Vibe Radio joins me, and you'll hear how Barbara built a company culture around growth, curiosity, and leadership, and why those values ultimately attracted a global acquisition from Critical Software. You'll also hear her candid reflections on being one of the only women in engineering rooms early in her career, and why confidence and belonging still matter in tech today. If you're building a company or building yourself as a leader, this conversation delivers a few lessons worth stealing. Let's jump into the conversation right now. I'm just so happy that this has happened, and I think it's going to mean some great things for Pittsburgh. So we're going to start this off talking with Barb, and then we're going to go through her story, and then we're going to jump in to our new friends here, Joelle Brito and Philippa Carmo. So like I said, it's going to be a fun time. So Barb, first and foremost, congratulations on this. This is definitely a milestone for you personally, professionally, and for all the people that work at IQ Inc.
Absolutely. Not just for who work here, but all the customers that we serve, all the clients,
Exactly.
it's 32 years.
Oh
So
my
God.
God.
Oh my
It's been,
goodness.
it's been a journey for sure. Yes, I had wild dreams of just making people happy. I know
Okay.
coming from a Westinghouse, very structured environment, you have some control of your career, but you follow a particular career path. I have been a life learner. All the people I meet and engage with, customers, employees, they all want exciting new things to do. Nobody wants to say, I'm doing the same thing year over year over year. So I was really looking to build a company that challenged engineers with stimulating projects and giving them the space to grow both personally and professionally and opening up the world to them. I always say I grew up in Westinghouse. I spent 14 years there. I started as a young technician. I wasn't even an engineer, wasn't fully college educated yet. And I grew up there, and I learned a lot of great things at Westinghouse and took those great things and built them into my business.
Yeah. Just one of so many success stories coming out of Westinghouse. I mean, so much of that came out, and it's so cool to know that your roots go there as well too. And Barb, Audrey and I have always been just curious. I mean, we've talked about this many times, but I think it's important to go through this is what it's been like being a woman growing a company like this. At the Tech Council, we want more and more women starting companies and taking the risk that you've done, though we don't see enough of that. And we just think you're a great story to show that like it can be done.
It's so funny because over the years, I've been called a pioneer, and I actually graduated from Point Park University, and we are pioneers, which didn't really resonate with me at first, but I'm like,
Very cool.
wow. So we had actually started a little foundation called Hometown IQ, funded for Point Park for students that come from not the traditional student, but that's another story. That's another story for the future. But I never looked at myself as female versus male. Obviously, I went into many, many meetings, and I think Philippa and I were talking about this last night. I was one of one in lots of engineering classes, and being able to just break that barrier and tell the story and tell girls at a very young age that it's okay to be smart. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to hide behind something, but it's okay to be smart and go after your dreams, whatever those are. So it's been a challenge, but I think it's also I always seek to just like understand where's the individual coming from, where's the client coming from, what's the problem they're trying to solve before trying to come up with a solution or even proposing a solution. Help me understand what it is you're trying to do, what it is you want to do in your career, where you want to go. Help me understand that, and then we could formulate a story and a picture together.
So what's the why now? Why now? Why now with IQ Inc.?
Okay, so there's the story of why Critical is moving to the US. And so we are primarily based in Portugal, but we always wanted to be a global company. We have business in Africa, because of the Portuguese relationship with Africa. But we have nowadays a lot of work in Europe, because it's where we focused on critical software, hence the name, safety critical and mission critical. And Europe and the Western world is where this is valued the most. And we wanted to expand to the US because, well, it's the most dynamic market, and it's the one that can help us and value the work we do. So this move to the US comes from this global strategy. Why IQ? It's because we actually found a company that, first, the engineering side is similar to what we do. It operates on the same markets that we do. But the most important and the key aspect that actually got the deal done is that we feel that the culture is aligned. So that helps, that works for Barbara and IQ, but that also works for us, because when we invest, we want to embed the team and the company. It's not just it's not just the owner that comes here. We want to be part of the same family and the same team. And obviously the culture is absolutely key for that to happen. And what we found is a company that is similar to ours in terms of culture, which is cool because they are about almost the same age, the companies.
One of the things that I heard, and Brito mentioned it, is this term family. And Barb has always used that word.
Exactly right. Yes.
Right.
Family.
Right.
So, and that's a hard thing to really articulate. People say that, right? People use those words. So there had to be something that resonated with the critical software team.
Definitely.
Chief people officer as well. I mean, you're all about the people. So you're looking at the IQ people saying, I want to make sure. You send something very good, obviously.
Well, I mean, I know that it may sound odd because critical software currently has, 1,400 employees, and we're part of an ecosystem that has more than 5,000 people, because critical software has a couple of other companies, JVs, collaborations that are part of this ecosystem. So you might find it, maybe it's just what they say, but what about what they do, or how do they live daily? But Barbara was there, so I think she can vouch for us. It's actually all about the people. It's all about the people. So I think this is one of the reasons, and João Brito mentioned, obviously, we want to have a footprint here in the US, but the people is also very important. So I think it was the first time, because we have been looking for companies that we could maybe make a move, try to acquire them, but there was always something that was missing. And I think it was the connection between the people and the culture. And with IQ Inc., I think the click was almost immediate.
My big takeaway, of course, it's all about the people. You can have the best technology in the world, but without the right people and the right culture, it doesn't mean a whole lot. And as you can see, it actually meant a successful acquisition in the case of IQ Inc. If you want to listen to the entire conversation around IQ Inc., please click on the link in the description, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of 10 Minute Tech Talks.